My name's Denny Derwin, and I'm flying over the South Seas, headed straight for a brand new patch of land in Azeroth, the Isle of Dorn. I'll be conducting an expedition to hunt down the new wildlife, locations, and history that this place has to offer. Alright mates, enough talk, let's drop in.
Our journey begins on the southwestern peninsula of the Isle of Dorn, at a place known as the Tranquil Strand. Upon making landfall, we arrive at the crash site of Dalaran, once a magnificent floating city of magic, now grounded at the base of Dar's Time.
Well, crikey, looks like we weren't the first ones to make it here. And let me tell you, they had one hell of a landing. And I'm sure you've heard about poor Khadgar. What a shame. But after years of pestering blokes, I reckon someone was bound to get him eventually. Anyways, let's have a gander over here.
Dar's Time. This towering mountain, steeped in history, is one of 3 ancient Stormrider outposts on the Isle of Dorn. The mountain emits a remarkable blue glow, thanks to the crystalline rocks that cover its surface and the endless lightning storm that crackles around its peak.
Wow, just look at these buttes. These, my friends, are called storm rooks. Now let me be clear, never get too close to one in the wild. These bastards are dangerous as hell. Their temperaments are tied to the elements, volatile, unpredictable, and bloody aggressive. Lucky for us, I've got a pro here with me, a Stormrider. These blokes have been mastering these creatures for centuries. So mate, how long you been riding this one?
About a week or 2 now. Thrall and Kurdrin trained us on them.
A week or 2? Well, bloody hell, that's not what I wanted to hear. Now, Stormbrooks love a good rainstorm. You'll see them get all fired up, flying faster, their wings crackling with energy, beaks sparkling like live wires. They even attract lightning bolts for crying out loud. Luckily, their Stormriders aren't fried to a crisp. It's said that the bindings they wear keep them safe. What incredible and terrifying creatures.
As we venture further inland, signs of earthen life begin to emerge. Rail carts clatter from the nearby mine, leading us into the heart of Freyroth Village, a cozy settlement where the dwarves have built their homes into the very hills and roots of the trees.
Now take a look over here. These are the Earthcrawler mines. Where it is, they've got a bit of a spider problem at the moment, so we'll skip poking around in there for now. Best to not tempt fate. Alright, we've made it to Freywold Village. Let's ask this bloke if he'll show us around. Excuse me, mate. I was wondering if you could... Oh, bloody hell! Wait, you're a lady?
Yes. Is there something you need?
Sorry, love. It's just, I've never seen a Sheila with a beard like that before. That's some fine facial foliage you've got there.
Oh, it's quite all right. Ever since the city crashed, we've had all sorts of newcomers asking about our beards. I'd be happy to
Actually, this is the perfect time to bring in my faithful historian companion, Alex Bones. Oi, Alex! Care to explain why the lovely lady here is rocking a beard?
Well, in Dwarven cultures, it's well documented that some of the females grow beards, though it's strange we haven't seen it until now. I think it has something to do with the fluoride and the Isle of Dorn. Have you drank the water yet, Denny? Have you seen the frogs here in the lake? You notice how they have beards? There's something in the water that's making them grow beards. I think it might be extra testosterone. It might be the fluoride. You don't know. Drink the water, Denny. Maybe you can actually, grow up hair.
Right. Enough of that now, Alex. We'll just have a look around ourselves, if that's all good with you. Once called the Stonebound, they were basically a work crew doing all the mining and building for the Earthen strongholds. But now, well, they've broken away from the Earth to the Titanic Watches and started calling themselves the Unbound. Makes sense, I reckon. Right in the heart of the village, we've got a mineral pool. Perfect spot to kick back, soak up some warm, mineral-rich water, and let your worries just melt away. And as you can see, the Earthen don't just build on the land, they become part of it. Their homes are built into the hills and roots around them, blending into the very earth they once sprang from.
Boulder Springs, one of the Isle of Dorn's largest regions, offers a strikingly diverse landscape. Its rolling green hills gently lead us into the Boskroot Basin, a fungal-infested area teeming with sentient plant life.
Ah, the Isle of Dorn, full of beauty and surprises. Like this lovely little forest here. Just imagine the wildlife we're about to uncover. Hang on a minute, someone needs to give this statue a bit of a scrub. It's covered in mold.
That's no ordinary statue, Denny. That's Wold Keeper Fieldrin. She was tasked by the Titan Keepers to protect Boskroot Basin. Unfortunately, she met an untimely end trying to fight off the Fungarian infestation that's taken root in these woods.
Fungarians? Well, that's not quite the undiscovered wildlife I was hoping for. But hey, nature's beauty comes in all sorts of packages. Blimey, these little mushroom fellas have done a right number on this place. Hard to imagine what it would have been like before it got swallowed up by all this fungus.
Look at these trees, Denny. Look at them. They're awful.
This here is fungal folly. Now, I'd bet me last beer the infestation's worse on the inside, but... Crikey, that's the meanest tree I've ever laid eyes on. Time to make like a mushroom and grow away. Ah! Ah! Whoa, that was a close one, mate. I need a bloody brick after that. And lucky for me, our next stop is the Boulder Springs, the perfect place to unwind.
Tranquility prevails at the heart of Boulder Springs, a resort famed for its warm, soothing mineral springs that give its region its name.
As the name tells you, Boulder Springs is famous for its hot springs. That's why it's been turned into a top-notch resort, the best place for some serious relaxation. These mineral pools are similar to the ones in Freywald Village. You can soak in the warm waters, letting your stress just melt away. But that's not all. They've got hot beds, hot tubs, and even free mugs of infused fire honey milk. Doesn't get much better than this. Mate, out of all the spots in the Isle of Dorn, Boulder Springs has got to be the hardest to leave. But adventure calls. Now, as we've seen, Dorn's got some incredible wildlife, but none quite like the shellhorn. It's a unicorn-like creature, ugly as sin, but strangely beautiful. These beasts have a glorious mane, and a snout that looks like it was punched in by a Colterian haymaker. But it's their spiral horn that's the real showstopper. They use it to fend off predators and to spar with one another in the wild. And let me tell you, I wouldn't want to get skewered by one of those.
To the north lies the proscenium, an amphitheater where the citizens gather to be enchanted by the magic of its performance.
Now, for our next stop, it's time for a bit of Earthen culture. This here's the proscenium, an outdoor amphitheater run by stage manager Huberta. Yep, another lovely lady with a mighty fine beard. Now, they've been approved for a permanent permit, so that means the players here will be employed for a very long time. And not only can you watch the show, but you can get involved, helping Huberta out with tasks to keep the rowdy Earthen crowd entertained. Right then, let's head up to Morning Rise.
And finally, perhaps the most solemn and special part of Boulder Springs is Morning Rise. This hilltop graveyard serves as the final resting place for the Earthen. Here, amidst the quiet stillness, the legacy of the Earthen endures.
This here is Craigville's Rest. It's unfinished and left that way on purpose by the Unbound Earthen. This is to symbolize their freedom from the Titan Watchers. Forever enlightened, forever unbound. That's the gist of it. Probably best we don't go looking around too much. Wouldn't want to be rude spelunking in a dead man's tomb after all. But Morning Rise, well, it's been overrun by bloody kobolds. I have half a mind to nick all their candles. But I'm an explorer, not a fighter. Morning Rise is a special place. See, the Earthen don't bury their dead like we do. When they die, they turn into stone statues. So instead of graves, you've got pedestals where their remains stand, like works of art. And Morning Rise always has a caretaker. Where it is, there's a new one that was just appointed. Alex, you got any details on that?
The previous caretaker was an Earthen named Corrigan. His apprentice Urtago took over for him after his passing. Corrigan had an unusual quest before his final shutdown that he needed Urtago to assist him with. In his last days, he lost much of his memory and didn't even recognize Urtago. But despite the challenges, Urtago honored his wishes, helping him to his final resting place by the shore, a place he visited for solitude.
Blimey, that's a sad story, isn't it? Reckon I'd like a nice stiff cinnabrew mead after that one.